Here to weigh in on these developments out of Akron and much, much more is Democratic Congressman Ro Khanna of California. Welcome, welcome, Congressman. I want to start by getting your reaction to today's news of what happened between the police and Jayland Walker.
Simone, it's shocking. There is simply no justification for shooting 90 rounds into a black man who is stopped for an alleged traffic violation. Here, the reports are that he was running away, and this is frankly why we need to pass the Police and Justice Act that the House has passed, which would not allow deadly force unless it was a last resort. All the other Western nations have that. We don't. It would prevent tragedies like this.
Thank you for your comments, Congressman. It was a very hard video to watch. I want to turn to discuss the January 6th committee hearings, and particularly Cassidy Hutchinson's testimony. The panel did highlight a message from a Trump ally in which apparently Cassidy Hutchinson was told to, quote unquote, do the right thing ahead of her testimony before the committee. Now, that did spark some accusations of witness tampering and intimidation. I want you to take a listen to what your colleague, who is a member of the committee, Zoe Lofgren, had to say about this.
If witnesses are being intimidated, we don't plan to just sit by and allow that to happen. We're going to raise a stink about it. We're going to refer information publicly to the Department of Justice if witnesses are intimidated, because it's a crime. It's a crime to do that.
Congressman, what is your take on these messages, and do you think the committee would make a criminal referral on witness tampering?
I do think they would, and they should. Congresswoman Lofgren is absolutely right. There is absolutely no justification for intimidating witnesses from telling the truth. But Simone, the bigger issue is people are just shocked that a sitting president of the United States would yell at his own Secret Service agents, possibly take the steering wheel and tell them to go into a crowd that was getting ready to invade the Capitol. I mean, it's every time you think you can't be shocked more, you hear testimony of what Donald Trump really was like. And I think this one really has offended the American public.
Absolutely. And it makes me think, sir, about the things we don't know. Okay, the testimony we have not heard of, the untold stories of what the conduct truly was of the former president.
Simone, you're absolutely right. I mean, I would never imagine this if any Republican president, whether it's President Reagan, President Bush. But this is, I mean, it's even children don't lunge in front of a car and try to grab the steering wheel. And I think instead of getting into all the minutiae, I think we do have to remember that the president of the United States is the leader of the nation, sets the moral tone. You can agree or disagree with President Biden, but no one would question that he has the dignity and honor and decency to lead. And this is just beyond the pale.
Beyond the pale. Okay, so, sir, given that, the FBI did issue new subpoenas, and two of those subpoenas were for Arizona state lawmakers, actually. And I am definitely wondering, and I know people at home are watching and wondering, will the Department of Justice hold these culprits, including the former president of the United States, accountable? And I'm wondering, do you think they will?
I have a lot of confidence in Attorney General Merrick Garland, and they've been very methodical. First of all, they're going after everyone involved in the conspiracy. And that's so important because in the future, it's going to provide a massive disincentive for anyone to do this again. And remember, to have a coup, to overthrow the popular will, it requires hundreds of people. And Attorney General Garland and the Justice Department are going after everyone involved. And I believe that he should go where the facts lead. The last thing you want is members of Congress opining in who should be prosecuted. We're a party that believes in the rule of law, and that's why President Biden appointed Attorney General Garland, and his integrity is unimpeachable.
I absolutely agree with you. Merrick Garland is possibly the most non-political person to sit in this seat at this point in time. But do you think that the former president has committed offenses that should lead to an indictment? I understand Merrick Garland has the final say here, but what do you think?
Simone, it's not my judgment to pass matters of criminal law. What I do believe is he committed impeachable offenses, and we impeached him twice. And I wish the Senate had convicted him. That's the job of the United States Congress. On the criminal law, I defer to people who've prosecuted criminal cases. I've never tried a criminal case in my entire life, so I don't think it's appropriate for me to be making that kind of recommendation.
All right, Congressman Ro Khanna, making it plain. Before you go, sir, I do think that the nation is still reeling after the Supreme Court's reversal of Roe v. Wade. And I do know that you are on the Oversight Committee, and the House Oversight Committee is going to hold a hearing this month about the impact of that ruling. What should we expect from that hearing?
The hearing is going to be July 13th. Let me make 3 points. First, we're going to talk about the real-world impact, the fact that 10-year-olds who have been victims of incest are in certain states being denied the right to have an abortion. Second, the economic impact of this. I mean, I've gotten calls from corporate leaders. They don't know what to do. Suddenly, they are responsible for the health care of many people in different states. And third, the economic impact this is having on regions that already are struggling economically. Businesses don't want to locate there. People don't want to work there. This is a big blow to the American economy, and all of that will be part of the Oversight Committee hearing.
All right, Congressman Ro Khanna of California, thank you. We'll be watching on July 13th. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Simone.